I picked the wrong one, lads. Welcome in to, what is this? MLS Safe Spaces with Orlando City Fan TV. We are your hosts, half of OC Fan TV, Zach and Dave. Welcome into your first safe space.
Thank you. I feel really safe here. I had to. The joke was there to be made. So,
how has everybody's week been so far, footy wise? United hasn't played, right?
no, when did we play? I want to say Saturday because I wasn't feeling 100%. And then I want to say we lost.
Well,
I don't know. Footy's just kind of been on the back burner as of right now. Kind of depressing.
footy on the back burner, and now you're doing a footy pod.
Exactly. I came completely unprepared today.
Canada became Puerto Rico.
Oh, no. I lied. Sorry. We drew 2-2 with Tottenham. Or Spurs.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. A banger of a game, yeah. Oh, and I don't know if we're allowed to say stuff like that anymore.
No, I'm Zach Canada today. But, yeah, I am Puerto Rican.
Interesting. Well, as always, StreamYard link down in the bio this time, so we don't have that debacle that we had with the comments last time. And there goes the flag. That
Great.
lasted for approximately 4 minutes.
I'm going to try to get it back up.
No, it's fine. Just leave it.
Fuck that.
If anybody can give us an ounce of how our audio is doing right now. We were having some troubles with the mics earlier. How was your weekend, says Owen. It's Thursday. At this point, we're talking about the week. It's quiet. Can you hear the music in the background? And can you hear us?
I hope that stays on, because if not, I'm going to look like an idiot.
Probably. Well, I mean, that's really not that hard.
Okay, asshole. I'd rather look like one than be one.
Bit rude.
Rude but true.
I can hear the music in you guys, but it's like burst of being loud, like off and on, quiet and loud. Interesting. Was what I just said, is this a little bit more consistent if I'm talking like this right now?
How was your weekend?
Oh, well, like I said to Owen, it is Thursday. So
I realize that, but you asked me about Man United, so I'm going to go ahead and ask you about Chelsea.
we beat Fulham 1-0.
Interesting.
So that was nice. I think we've won four home matches on the spin. So we're fine in form.
Can you stop slamming the fucking
No,
table?
I cannot. Anybody else in chat? How was your week/weekend? Cole Penelmer, mate. I don't want to hear it from you.
It's not even Penler. It's just Cole Penn.
He's also just one of the best players in the league right now. So that is
That's
fact.
a fucking bold-ass take right there.
But it's a fact.
Awkward.
Let's see. Quote. You know, we are here to talk to you guys. So that StreamYard link, you're meant to use it.
Shit, what if I hop in there?
I just don't think that would go over well. Nobody really wants to hear from you, so.
I'm the one who got invited here today, okay? So I'm not hearing it from you.
you know, they call you Wan-Bissaka.
What? What? Because I'm classing a 1v1?
Because you're meant to play at Palace. Don't ask me how that makes sense. It just does.
Who comes up with these jokes for you?
Me.
This is why you're the least funny in the group.
What if then don't use it, but get someone else in here, Owen? How about that?
What else can we talk about?
You know, that's a great question.
So we can talk about the Asian Cup.
No.
Australia taking down Syria. Uzbekistan beating India.
We can talk about, you brought it up earlier, we can talk about the naming rights for what it was, Exploria Stadium.
Yeah. How do you feel about it?
I think Kanata last week put it, what was the word he used? He said tone deaf, which I thought was pretty fair. Because it's not like horrific, but if you're naming your stadium not after, but the same kind of name as a club down south, you could say that's pretty tone deaf.
Yeah, there's not really like a European equivalent. It's kind of hard to, like, we'll say the San Siro, but AC and Inter both play at the same stadium, so.
My equivalent was if the Emirates got renamed something with Stamford in it. Or
no, it's not even that, because it's not like DRV, whatever the fuck it is, Pink Stadium. Yeah. It is half of the name of Outer Fort Lauderdale. So it'd be like renaming the bridge like Ars something. The Ars. Not a great equivalent right there.
Something Crystal Palace, because you still got that London derby in there.
Just more than that, it'd kind of be Tottenham, Spurs. It's you can find one with Spurs probably, but
there was like a boot brand that had the name Spur in it.
Yeah,
and then Stamford Bridge was renamed
some Cowboy Spurs Stadium.
Great Cowboy Spurs Stadium. Yeah,
it's not great. It's like there had to have been more options.
Oh, I mean, definitely. But then it comes down to money. Yeah, like Owen says. Hates the name, but if the New Deal is getting us money, then you just got to roll with it kind of thing.
Yeah, I'd be willing to sacrifice a little bit less money.
To not have that?
Yeah.
I feel like that's the two sides.
It's not even like it's a cool name. It's what, Inter and Co.?
Inter and Co. Stadium, correct.
It's not something cool like Exploria or like a big name company. Even the Magic what do you call it? Renaming theirs Kia Center.
Yeah, but there's like, I mean, not that the Magic have like a rival like we do, but there's no harm in naming it Kia Center.
No, it'd be like calling it like the Heat something.
Yeah, that's just never going to happen.
Exactly.
I blame this on sharing a Spotify account. I'm sorry.
What the fuck just happened?
We're just going to forget those 4 seconds happened.
Okay.
Let's make sure that if you do it one more time.
What is happening?
I will explain after.
Heard that. Interesting.
Divock Origi linked with 3 or 4 clubs in MLS.
It was LAFC, us, and DC.
How would you feel?
I don't know. I mean, obviously he played for Liverpool. I'm not his biggest fan. He's not all that great. I mean, it'd be a depth signing. I don't think he'll start over Duncan, but he'd be useful in terms of depth because up top we've got Duncan, Enrique, Jacqueline, and that's it really.
Yeah, technically Enrique we could see him be used out wide this season too.
I'll say Enrique we could see out wide. Jacqueline is someone who's still kind of yet to kind of integrate in that first team. So it'd definitely be a useful signing for us, but I don't know if I'd like specifically Divock Origi.
So then in MLS, just apart from Orlando City, he would be like just another name, retiree kind of name to come into the league.
How old is he? I want to say retiree, depending on the age, but
he's only 28.
I'll say he was relatively young when he had the was it the Barcelona? I forget what they called it. But.
What was the Kia Center renaming about? The rights for Amway were up, so they found a new contract with Kia.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it all up.
Are we keeping Kyle Smith? As of right now, yeah.
Kind of have to.
Is he still under contract?
I thought we picked up the
deal. I don't know.
I could have sworn we did, but I mean, we kind of definitely need him right now, considering our only other left back kind of went out on loan.
Yeah, we did talk about that on the pod.
Yeah.
Which I need to put out. I forgot.
Well done.
I forgot we recorded. Anyone going to the game next Saturday? That is the Flamengo game, correct? Next the 27th? Yeah. I do not know.
Currently, I don't have a ticket for it. Next Saturday, I thought we were doing something. I might be working low key.
What time is that at, David? I feel like it's like a midday game. I might have to work.
I kind of didn't plan for that game, to be honest with you.
Again, the StreamYard link is down below in the description. I'm trying to make sure the audio source is there for it to be picked up. 2 p.m. Ooh, yeah, I might have to work. That is tough.
I'll be there either. Are they gonna put that on something for us to watch?
I don't believe so. I don't think any of them are gonna be televised. That's what we can talk about. Did you see the announcement for all of Inter Miami's Outer Fort Lauderdale's preseason matches?
Nope.
They're all being aired on MLS.com worldwide, and they're all going to be on League Pass on Apple TV.
Oh, I mean, I can't say I'm surprised.
Yeah, I mean the one for in Saudi, where he goes and plays Ronaldo.
Oh, the Al Nassr.
Yeah. So I will most likely end up watching that.
Mm-hmm.
Which I hate to say.
I'll have on my my blue and gold.
I will not. I will be wearing neither.
I mean, it would be nice to watch some preseason games. I mean, did they used to do something on Twitter?
For who? For us or just
No, for us. I wish there was a way, if you can't make it to the games, to be able to watch it.
I think most of them are supposed to be behind closed doors, and then I know there's one of them that's open to society. What is it, 21 members? Yeah, I think it's, yeah. And then it's not open to anybody else. So. That's something.
Yeah, they can even do through the app.
If they put it on the app, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
I mean, I have the Man United app. I don't know how it is with Chelsea, but you can purchase like $7 a year, and you get access to all of the preseason games.
Oh, preseason, yeah. All right. I thought you were about to say all the matches, and I was like, there's
no
shot that is true.
No. I wish it was, but no. Well, like you pay what $7 or $8 a year, and then you get access to preseason. I feel like that's for me at least, that's worth it.
I'd end up doing that for Orlando City, yeah, just to see what's going on.
Looks like ideally I would be at the game, but sometimes whether or not you can't make it out.
Oh, and we we just spoke about this 5 minutes ago. We just talked about Origi. I said he was like a retiree, and then we figured out he was 28. On loan at Forest currently from Milan, and he's injured. But I'm guessing you weren't paying attention because
The attention span kind of went out.
that's just you. Yeah. What did you say about Origi here?
Me?
What I do? Yeah.
I'm not his biggest fan. I don't think he'll do amazingly. Excuse me. But I guess it'd be a good depth signing.
David, I see that you are in there. Give me 1 second, because I am trying to make sure that all of the audio stuff is lined up so we can hear you. USB 2. Oh, it's in USB 1. I don't want to mess that up by unplugging it. So, I got to figure out how to change this. Uh-oh. To USB. But no, I wanted the other little thing about that. That's not it. I apologize. Entertain the people, Dave.
How am I gonna entertain them? Well, I could go back to another classic famous rant that we low key kind of had a day or two ago about Chipotle. I will say the last time I went to Chipotle, it was pretty decent, but before that, the last like 3 or 4 times, kind of underwhelming. The carne asada is usually, if not always, overcooked. The rice isn't limey enough. It just tastes like straight bay leaves. Yeah, do you have the same problem?
The carne asada.
No, the
Straight bay.
Rice. Did you miss that part?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to focus on this.
Heard.
That's why I told you to understand them. And yes, Kanata, I am struggling trying to figure out how to get the StreamYard audio onto the soundboard. I know it's something here, but I don't do it. So keep talking about your carne asada.
Heard. No, the carne asada's kind of been overcooked, a little dry. The rice it tastes off. The beans are always kind of the same. The cheese is usually good, but I mean, God, again with the portion sizes, it's always not enough. Like, I'm tired of asking for, I say extra rice, and I got to ask them for like another scoop or two. It's the same thing. David said it best.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I'll say David said it best. You do the same thing over and over. That's the definition of insanity. You're going to get the same thing out of me. The same thing.
Kanata, I know it is USB input, but how do I get that to be one of these faders? Put it in input 5 or 6. How do I do that, though? Routing?
Gotta get him on FaceTime.
USB 1. Custom.
What'd you do?
Settings. Yeah. You know what? Faders. Settings. Faders. Yeah, then you click virtual USB 1. And then, yeah, it's orange. Don't, Bryce!
Oh, get shit on. Click on USB, then the last channel.
Brother in Christ, you think that makes sense to me right now?
I'm just telling you what the chat says.
There goes the music.
What's up, dumbass?
The stream can hear you.
Yeah, so go ahead and click the settings, faders,
All right.
thing.
So settings, faders.
Yep, USB
There's USB 1 with like the 3 dots, and there's USB 1. It's just in USB.
Drive has the one with the 3 dots.
Jesus.
USB 1 chat.
And then click on the fader that you want it to go on. And then it should have switched.
Well, that's the sounds.
What children's music is playing in the background?
Fucking Mario.
On a fire.
About to get DMCA because you're getting coins.
Stop for a second.
And then I want.
Why don't you just put it on one of these two?
I'm pretty sure they did. Owen.
Please stand by. We're having technical issues.
All right, so let's start from the damn beginning. Settings. Faders.
Then click on the last one.
This one. Huh?
No, yeah. And then click on USB
This one.
1. Yeah.
And then
And then that should then hit the check mark.
so that should now be USB 1. Ah. All right, I was just doing it backwards. Let's see. Let's get David in here on StreamYard finally.
Thank you for your assistance, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
I'm sorry to the whole stream. That absolutely killed the damn stream.
Yeah. I can imagine.
All right, guys.
All right, David.
Make sure you turn his audio on. You gotta hit the green.
All right. Sorry.
There you go.
Speak again, David.
All right, can you hear me?
Oh,
Yes,
there
sir.
we go.
Beautiful. Awesome. Dave,
Well,
Zach,
enough.
and tech support Zach.
Yeah.
No, brother. Listen, I work in technology, and you just reminded me of what happens at work every day. So
Oh,
now you
God.
know. Now you know. But hey, guys, glad to see that that you're live again. Unexpected. You know, old people like me, we just lay on the couch pondering about where our life has gone wrong,
Mm.
surfing through YouTube, and I saw you guys had to come in. Three things since we had so much dead time there. Uh, the reaction for the name change. We sort of had an idea last time I spoke with you guys, and personally, from what I gather, was very beneficial for the team. If I'm not mistaken, and I read correctly, is $50 million for 10 years, and all that money is basically earmarked for improvements on the board, and technology throughout the stadium, audio, and all that good stuff. Which I think, you know, the team has always said from the get go when the new ownership took over that they felt that the facility was very Spartan and that it needed improvement for the game day experience, which is awesome. You know,
Mhm.
our stadium is 8 years old at this point, so it's, believe it or not, starting to show some age because some of the technology is lagging behind other stadiums and other facilities. Not too crazy about the name Inter. I get that part. I already see that the uh, admin that we fired that went down to Miami still butthurt, going out, you know, going online trying to troll us. But the fact of the matter is that it's gonna be a Inter and Company Stadium is gonna be a problem. We let it be a problem. You know, down south, stripe pink. You know, so that to me is really stupid. But you know, they got their money, so did we. While Exploria was a better name, let's be honest, it was a timeshare scam company.
Yeah.
You know, and I was disappointed at the fact that I felt that with big heavy hitters like Disney and Universal and Lockheed Martin in town, even the cruise liners, Carnival, we couldn't get somebody like that that was more friendly and that I'm more likely to use as a customer. I downloaded the app for Inter and Company just because they gave me $25 for
Same.
concession.
It did.
And I'm gonna be honest with you guys,
Which one?
I haven't used that thing
It
because
was only in stadium.
I don't have family living outside of the United States in Latin America. So to me, the app is useless.
Mhm.
But like I said, people are gonna complain about things, but the fact of the matter is that when I never seen $50 million stack in front of me, and the overhead for the stadium is quite up there from what I hear, and if we have to be honest with ourselves, the stadium has started to show a little bit of age, and you see that the newer stadiums actually are better than what we have. So in that respect, I can understand why the money was needed. And the other thing is, so far a lot of people are complaining about the fact that evidently we're not signing players. Pareja on Monday said that the team was in talks with other people to start getting signings for the needs of the club right now. But so far, what we have seen is people leaving. To me, there's a rumor that Wilfredo Rivera will come back to the team as an OCB player with an OCB contract. Moises Tablante, which was a player that was really, really high on OCB for many years, has signed with the first team in Cincinnati. Huge loss for us, I believe. I was told that even though this kid was a academy product, we're getting nothing for him. Absolutely nothing. He's leaving on a free,
Mhm.
which is a tragedy. And I hope that doesn't come back to bite us like some bad decisions in the past. And what else? I'm glad that the guys are back. I plan to be there on Saturday for the friendly. Friendly in name only because the prices were not friendly at all.
Mhm.
The
Yep.
cheapest
Yeah.
the cheapest was the wall at $35, and I'm going with my kids, so we can spend some quality time and for me to have some content to talk about on the podcast. But the one thing, Flamengo is going to be having a open to the public practice at Osceola County Stadium next Thursday at 4 p.m. If you guys, any fans, any Brazilians that follow the club want to go check them out, it's gonna be free and open to the public. 4 p.m. at the. For those that don't know, that's down at 1,000 Quebec Boulevard in Kissimmee in BBL. That's where the training facilities for the club are located. And what else? There's some rumors out there that I have shared on social media, and that's pretty much it, man. That's There's not much going on aside from that. Hopefully, we have something to talk about pretty soon because I'm
Yep.
ready for the season to start.
Yeah, we're always trying to make the podcast and have something to talk about when there's really not much of or not much of anything really happening in the off season. So hopefully we can get some news soon. And then we only have what is it, nine days until we play Flamengo. So
Yeah, brother, that's it. Next Saturday, if you have nothing going, I mean, 2 p.m. The weather has been very favorable lately, but the sun is gonna be beaming. So for me personally, I try to avoid all that east side of the stadium
mhm.
because you're gonna get cooked.
Yep.
And the other thing that is happening, the boys are going to be after this friendly. They're gonna be going to a mini camp. I believe it's gonna be in southeast Florida. They're gonna be heading over there for a mini camp for a week, and they're gonna be playing Florida International University. Um, the preseason is gonna be very poor in the sense that the friendlies are not gonna be with like top quality players, teams I should say. They're gonna have a game against New England that is
Yep.
gonna be open to Society 21. If there's any Society 21 people out there that have tickets that can spare, think of the poor. Because I would love to go to the game. I got like 14 trade cards that I would love to get signed.
Yeah, I saw those
So
earlier.
yeah, like podcasters are not Society 21 have been begging it shamelessly, and I'm gonna add myself to that list. Please, if you're Society 21, think of me, um, and the guys, of course. So that's the only one. That aside from the one against Flamenco, I mean that's it, man. There's nothing else. The boys after that have to go to Victoria to play Calvary. They're gonna be back. They're gonna have some close scrimmages at the training facility, and then we go full blown against Montreal for the opening of the season. And then that Saturday, then the Tuesday we play Calvary, and then we head out. That's following Saturday to Miami because this league has to prop geriatric FC somehow. And by the way, our game against Miami is gonna be on national television.
Yep.
As
It's
it
gonna be on
should.
Fox. It's gonna be on ESPN. It's gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be all over because, of course, they're gonna be building up this Florida Classic, and they're setting us for failure because obviously Miami's not playing in the first round of the Concacaf Champions Cup, and we're gonna be going down there with very little rest because we're playing Saturday, and then we're gonna be going down there Saturday. So I come to peace with this season, understanding that this league is just gonna try to make as much money out of this circus. I mean, if you ask people outside of the United States who's the MLS champion, they'll be hard pressed to tell you Columbus Crew, which I think is so disrespectful to their organization and such a delightful fu to Precourt and Don Garber that they tried to move this team out of Columbus, and in the last 4 years they have made playoffs twice, and twice they have won the championship. So good for them.
Hmm.
And Austin, I think, has made playoffs one time in the 4 years. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of fun stuff coming up. But the fact of the matter is that we're gonna have to be peeling the onion deep in order to get content. But like I said, as of right now, the only opportunity to see the boys before opening the season against Montreal is gonna be that game on next Saturday at 2 p.m. So if you have the opportunity, go ahead and make it.
Yeah, David, I mentioned earlier, um, how would you feel if they kind of had a section in the app or some way that you can kind of live stream the game for the preseason matches?
I'm gonna tell you the truth. A few years back, we played Montreal on a friendly that was not being allowed. It wasn't not available anywhere. And a friend from the internet, fellow podcaster, say, "Hey man, from Montreal, say, hey, would you mind live streaming? Could you do that?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll do it." So what I did to avoid the Gestapo there, I went to section double Z. For those that don't know, that's the very last top of the stadiums, the very last row, and I tap into the fantastic Wi-Fi that we have. Which, by the way, we were told that the Wi-Fi is going to be improved to be faster and accommodate more phones tapping into it.
Good.
And I just live streamed it on Twitter, and bro, I tell you what, man, I had 5,000 people tap into that thing.
Dang.
Um, and quite honestly, there's nothing they can do to you if you do it from a personal account. I wouldn't do it from a podcast account because
Yeah.
the
Hmm.
club is very vindictive, and they can try to like punish the podcast somehow. I don't know how. If you don't have strings attached, you can do whatever. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I did it from my personal account. What they're gonna do? It's there's no rules. There's nothing that you are signing that says you can't. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I
Hmm.
did it. Like I said, there was a lot of people in Montreal that were very thankful, and a lot of fans worldwide for both clubs that appreciated that. But in no way, shape, or form am I'm encouraging people to do that.
Yeah, well, I think even as in just the club itself, kind of just live streaming the game so that, I mean, as fan channels, as whatever
Yeah,
that we can kind of watch, even like make it available to season ticket members.
No, absolutely. The game is actually not a Orlando City event. It belongs to the FC series, I believe.
Hmm.
It's this tournament, this friendly tournament that they're having, and Orlando City is only involved as one of the teams participating in the mini tournament, and as the venue, as the hosting venue. But they are not. They have no control over anything in situations like this. The event manager, everything is outside people, and there may be some people from communications, et cetera, that are there to assist. But it's just like when we have games for Open Cup, uh, Open Cup, CONCACAF national teams. Technically, the event does not belong to Orlando City, although it's the hosting venue. They they are the ones that charge the pricing they want, that have the amount of security they want, et cetera, et cetera. So, um, as far as Orlando City, I don't think they have the rights to the content, and that's the reason why it's not being shown anywhere. But like I said, to the fans, if you want to live stream it for your friends, I mean, you're free to do so. If you're on the lower bowl, probably people are gonna catch on to it, and security is gonna be like, I mean, God forbid you bring a flag just to display for 2 seconds in anywhere outside of the wall. They're gonna tell put it away. My relationship with security over the years has been one and where they're super overzealous with the fans, but yet people can bring smoke and pyrotechnics. So I don't know, brother, but yeah, that's the deal with that, man.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Well, it was good talking to you again, David. I'll let you
Cool. All right, guys,
spend the
be
rest
good.
of your night in peace. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a good one. Well, we got a lot of information about Orlando City right there.
Yeah,
I think it was 50 million over going back to the beginning of that
50
talk
mil in 10 years.
in 10 years. So realistically, 50 mil or 5 mil each year
Mhm.
for 10 years. It's decent.
Yeah, it's definitely decent money. But like he said, with Disney, Lockheed Martin, Universal, there has to have been another company that would match it or something like that.
Yeah. I always I still stick by the fact that Publix Park is classic, and then you stick like a little chicken tender restaurant thing in there somewhere, and you sell chicken tender pub subs or just chicken tender meals, and
Oh,
you are set.
I'm 100% on that board, but I feel like that's a little bit selfish from you. Just
No, but
Publix.
no, it's just Florida.
It is.
Is Publix. No, okay, you went on your Chipotle rant. I'm going on my Publix rant.
Here we go.
Kroger is trying to invade Florida, and I am not okay with it. Now you see them driving around in those in like the delivery trucks. They are trying to invade public space, and it is just going to be a slow creep up. And then they're going to try to take over Publix, and I'm just not okay with it.
Honestly, I've never seen a Kroger truck while I was driving here. Honestly, there's no way that they can do that just because of the fact that the pub sub is probably one of the most iconic grocery store items out there.
You're not incorrect. I just don't like. I see them, and I get ads on YouTube all the time of Kroger grocery delivery. I don't know if you just haven't noticed it, but I get them a lot, and it's just not sitting well with me.
No, Publix isn't going anywhere, if we're being honest. Like it's not going anywhere.
I would be very happy with that. What is up, Edgar? How's it going, bud?
Greetings from L.A. Damn.
We're trying to build this MLS space of not just Orlando City, and it's only the second week, but I think we can make this into something.
Yeah, fair enough. No, I wasn't saying in a bad way, but just L.A. is a far from here.
Edgar is an MLS journalism media legend. I'm sorry if you hear that tightening. It had to be done, though. What do you think about the Carlos Vela rumors? Well, the StreamYard link is in the description below, Edgar, if you want to give us a little chat. But from everything that I've heard, is they're fake. I think Have you seen this?
No, I was going to ask you, what are the rumors?
The Galaxy. We're possibly thinking about going after him, but I think it's all fake.
I don't know about that one.
Appreciate you, Edgar. Yeah, I mean, they were just rumors, but that would be a move.
It would be. I mean, where does he play for LAFC?
Right wing or striker, if I'm not.
And then who do they have to kind of back him up?
You are asking the wrong person.
Heard.
Let's see. Carlos Vela considering shock switch from LAFC to LA Galaxy after receiving offer from MLS rivals. Who knows? I mean, Edgar would know if this is true. And go do your own research.
Owen's
You
just
should
full
know
of
this.
questions.
He really is.
No answers.
Are you talking about Buwanga? You're fine, Edgar. You're good. I think Buwanga's staying in LA now. From the last thing that I saw.
The last I heard was like, what, a week or two? No, it's got to be like 2 weeks ago that he was staying.
2 weeks ago, I thought it was that he wants to move to France. We're really doing this Capital One ad right now. Receives superior the Galaxy are doing something.
What do you mean, something as in they're cooking,
Like
or something as in like Inter Miami fishy? Something?
No, they are kicking. Like, they're doing well this offseason. I don't know. I think they got. We just had this talk last week too, but they got rid of Chris Klein, who was like their GM or something,
Mm-hmm.
and then they brought in a new guy, and now so it's kind of like a whole front office change.
Mm-hmm.
So everything went from like running like shit to running pretty smoothly and well.
Revamped.
Yeah.
Heard.
Buwanga
Good
was
for them.
just never behind Vea at LAFC. If Vea played through the middle, I'm pretty sure Buwanga would go out to the left, and then they would have someone on the wing outright Owen. So they had some options up front, let's say.
Interesting. I mean, how far away are those two?
Not far at all.
I'll say, what, like 20, 30
What
minutes?
is It's not Bank of California anymore, is it?
I have no idea. That shows you my knowledge of the Western
You got to catch back up.
U.S. Not even that, just anything
BMO Stadium.
west of
And then what is the Galaxy Stadium?
Tallahassee.
Did you say the LA Galaxy Stadium was Tallahassee?
No, I said I know nothing about anything left of Tallahassee.
Heard. So let's say Dignity Health Sports Park, and then we're going to do directions from BMO Stadium. What did I type wrong?
Nothing. It's
it's right there.
right there.
23-minute drive. Pretty
Literally
close.
down the road.
Go straight down the. What is it?
Something freeway.
The 110
Sure.
Harbor Freeway. Yep, you're just there.
Harbor Gateway North.
20-minute drive. I mean, it's the same drive that we have from home basically to the stadium. So,
To me, it's like 10, 15
okay,
minutes.
buddy, let's calm down.
It's true.
Texans winning the Super. Buddy, this is MLS.
I wouldn't be mad at it, though.
I can't either. Kanata not being able to hear tonight, put in the chat something I wanted to bring up tonight that I think would be interesting to hear everyone's take. How have we seen the game evolve over our lifetimes, and what do we think about the sport?
The spot.
About the spot the sport is in. Money has taken over the game, in my opinion. It's drastically changed in that way since at least I've been born.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think you also kind of lose a little bit of the individual, like moments, and now it's more of a. I don't even know how to describe it, but you know what I'm trying to say. You lose like individual moments of brilliance. For just, I don't know how to put it into words.
Are you saying like so?
in terms of like the game itself.
The thing that popped into my head was for some reason it was Gareth Bale's goal where he just took a big touch, ran out of bounds, and outpaced the right back. Like a moment like that, you have those big moments kind of thing.
I guess yeah, that or even Hazard at Chelsea, you need to have like those moments of brilliance, but you don't see that as much anymore.
Uh,
Yeah,
really? Yeah.
that Kanata. That's what I'm trying to say.
Less creative game now and more role player. Oh, so like everybody just kind of does their job. So it's more.
Yeah, that's spot on.
We're no longer getting the moments of Messi dribbling through a whole team,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just more build-up play, which in turn leaves to less clippable moments per se.
Yeah, like you won't see like the Garnacho goal special, but it's a lot of is there more Holland tap-in goals than something like a Garnacho or
Garnacho is like an outlier.
it is an outlier, but I'm talking about that type of quality of goal, maybe not
Hazard
over the
against
head.
Liverpool.
Honestly,
Brother in Christ. The one where he's dribbling off the right. Dear Lord, the fact that you don't know that hurts me. Yeah, so not an outlier, but just like a special moment goal.
yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking even the one was the one against Spurs, Hazard.
Yeah,
game.
to seal Leicester the win
Yeah.
or the league. All right,
That's the first one that popped in my head when you said Hazard, and then you said against Liverpool.
we will get back to that talk. We got Edgar in the StreamYard right now. Let's get him back in here. Second week in a row. What is up, Edgar?
What's up, guys? How you guys doing over there?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm really exhausted. My sister-in-law just flew in from North Carolina, and the guest room, the guest room had been turned into a storage room, and we have a 3-year-old, so it was complete, utter chaos, disaster. And I just spent the last 12 hours just turning it into a living space. And then I'm gonna go get an MRI for my right knee, which is bugging me, but I'm okay.
Yeah, the knees are never fun to deal with, are they?
Oh my goodness! Now, a year ago, I had arthroscopic surgery to repair torn cartilage,
Mm.
but this time, I don't know what it is, but I think I might have torn an MCL. So hopefully, it's not that, because well, I'm too young for that, I think, or at least my brain thinks I'm too young for that. So, you guys had some questions.
Yeah, let's
but
go. Let's go through what we were just kind of talking about before you hopped in here. I wanted your take on what the. Well, did you hear the conversation that we were just having?
you guys were talking about Carlos Vela, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, we can go to that and then we can come back. So yeah, the Vea. I don't know if it's is it fake? Is it true? What's going on?
It's obviously fake, and I'll tell you how I knew right away. For my very first year covering LA Galaxy MLS, I was 20 years old, and I was in the Rose Bowl press box, and I walked in there, and they happened to sit me right next to this living soccer journalist legend named Graham L. Jones, who was the soccer beat writer for Galaxy at the LA Times, and who used to be a writer for Soccer Digest. This guy was like a legend, covered NASL, the Premier League. I mean, you name it. And it just so happened that he went to the same university I went to, so he was right away. He was like, "Hey, what's up? You're from Cal State LA?" Like, "Yeah, that's right." And so, he was real cool and took me under his wing. And so I learned a lot about him, from him throughout the season. And I remember at one point that first season, like sometime in the middle of summer, this rumor came out of nowhere that Eric Winoda might be headed to the LA Galaxy. And Eric Winoda was playing for San Jose Clash at the time. And so I remember sitting with him in the press box one afternoon, and I asked him, like, "Hey, Mr. Jones, what do you think about that rumor about Winoda coming in?" He's a local guy, and he's like, "You know who started that rumor?" I'm like, "Who?" He goes, "I did." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yes." He goes, "Sometimes in journalism," he goes, "things get a little tepid, and you just gotta stir the pot a little, get people talking, and then the real stuff comes to the surface." So when I heard about the Vela thing, I'm like, "There's absolutely no way that he's coming to LA Galaxy. I mean, you got to at least go somewhere to get detoxed, man. I mean, Like there's players who have gone from the LA Dodgers to the Giants, but they spend like a season or two out in Cleveland or out in like Toronto or some other place before they end up in San Francisco and vice versa. It's the same with these guys. Um, some Galaxy fans were saying, "Oh, that's insane." There was somebody who said it'll be like CM Punk, coming back to WWE, but WWE fans like CM Punk. It's not like he'll walk in and get that X Pac heat, got
Mm.
go away heat, that nuclear heat. That's the kind of stuff would happen with Carlos Vela because he's not the kind of guy that run his mouth, but there's that history with Galaxy, and there's absolutely no way he's gonna end up here. And I think it'd be like a real weird PR situation for the team when they're trying to do things differently and go in a different direction, especially since they just fired Jovan Karofsky, who was the Galaxy president for a really long time. I mean, I'm sorry, not the president. He was I think what the hell was his position? Just like nobody knows, but he was there forever. I remember interviewing him a long time ago for Yanks Abroad, and I asked him what he was doing there. He says, "Oh, I'm working with the academy, and trying to make sure we keep contacts with people in Europe." But a lot of those contacts, are they're kind of strained, or they're just those wells have run dry. So having somebody like Will Kuntz now, in charge, making the calls right there, LA Galaxy has gone out of their comfort zone, and they're out in the world, and they're trying to become a presence again in the international market, and not just going for like big names that will sell jerseys, but they're looking for young talent that's going to come over here and make an impact, and then the streams of revenue will come in because those guys will make their name and those kids are going to sell. So that's what's going on over here as far as that. I know I went off the rails a little bit with the whole Vela thing, but like I said, I don't see it. Um, I know that in that chat space that we have with the other podcasts, I floated the question earlier in the week. Do you guys see Vela playing on your team? What would the situation be? I know Nick from Chicago said, "No, I don't see it happening." The guys in Charlotte were like, "Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We already have our plans." The guys from Atlanta was like, "No, we're already set. There's no way we could see them coming in there." So I don't know. I think you'd have to be really struggling to like want to be like, okay, bring him in. Maybe I don't know. Maybe Austin will want to bring him in. Maybe Colorado. But how much money is he gonna ask for it? I mean, is he worth DP money at this point? I
That's a
don't think so.
question.
He kind of fell off at the end there. Maybe restructure his contract. I don't know, or maybe it's time for him to head down, down south. Like there's rumors about Chicharito heading down. So I don't know. What do you guys think?
At this point, we just went through like our depth chart in one of our recent videos and graded by position, and we got to right wing, and we were all kind of like, oh, we're kind of light at that right wing position. So maybe as kind of like a stopgap here in Orlando, couldn't depending on the money, it could there could be a worse player to come in and fill that role per se. Um,
Yeah.
but it's not like it's a necessity to get Vea. There could be like we would have to get a young DP. There's so many things that restrict us from getting our third DP. Just certain stipulations. But getting Vela like as a stopgap, like I said, wouldn't be a horrific thing.
Um, Another strange thing about him that a lot of people uh, don't take into account or realize unless you really take a good hard look at him, or you live in the same city as where his team plays. Like we in LA, we know about him, we hear about him all the time, and that is that he's not. Soccer's not really his passion, and I know that sounds really strange, right? A guy playing at this level, right, and playing the well he did, but it's not. It just isn't his passion, which is very strange, and it's something that's come up several times in different conversations. So you wonder how long can he keep playing at that same level, just an innate talent alone, when you don't have that drive, that fire inside you, where one morning you're just like, okay, I'm done. I'm just gonna walk away because he seems like the kind of guy that would do that, and that's something that's it's one of the reasons why nobody's really pounced on him right away. I don't know if you guys noticed. I mean, if there was somebody who was like a real good guy that right away would come in and make a big difference on your team, you know, he'd be on somebody's roster right now. Like look at somebody like a Dax McCarthy, for example. Anybody would kill to have him on his roster. No, he's not gonna light it up, right? On, this in the stat sheet, but just having him there, you know, the guy, he's incredible presence in the locker room. He's a leader. I would kill to have him on our team. We
Mm.
used to have people like on the Galaxy, and we haven't had anybody like that in a while. So that the fact that he got picked up right away, and then Vela's still kind of just meandering, it kind of shows you what the market's like for him.
You got thoughts on him here? Or
I'll say
anyone else?
I'm not too familiar with the whole situation. Is he a fully on like free agent now, or is he
I
just
mean,
looking to get out of LAFC?
I'm not 100% sure about it too. Like I said, we're a Galaxy podcast, not LAFC. I just remember he's saying the rumors, and I was like, huh, that's interesting considering he's considered a club legend. But then Danny Boanga has done such an amazing job for that club. I mean, pretty much taking them on his shoulders and carried them. But then losing those three finals has to wear on you.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been a lot of talk that Boanga wants out of LAFC. Um,
Mm-hmm.
he was one of those guys that came over when Will Kuntz was working with them. So some of the guys that had been involved with LAFC that were part of those teams that were really strong, perennial contenders. Some of those guys are starting to leave, and a lot of people are saying that it's because Will Kuntz is no longer there. So their new GM has his work cut out for him to maintain a certain level of play for them. They have like 72 owners, so I'm sure they're going to figure out something. I mean, they just bought Grasshopper over there in the Swiss
I
league,
saw that. Yeah.
so yeah. So I mean, they got really deep pockets. And when you have pockets that deep, it's very difficult, to fall fall off for too long. Um, so maybe he just feels like he doesn't really fit with the team anymore. Boanga is taking a lot of his shine, and but then again, like I said, Boanga isn't happy there either. So LAFC is kind of like they're kind of like in limbo right now.
Mm-hmm.
I just pulled up transfer mark, and Carlos Vela is currently a free agent. No, he's not under contract with anyone. So, I mean, free transfer for him, and then you just got to pay his wages. It's like I said, it's not the worst thing in the world if somebody picks him up.
No, no. But he might push for like a either a DP or like a good TAM role. I don't know. It's
Yeah, so that's the one thing that would have me worried if we do sign him. Would just be the financials surrounded with it, with the whole TAM, GAM, DP spot. We don't even have our third DP spot. Apparently,
No,
it's
we,
got to be a young
yeah,
DP.
there you go. Yeah.
mhm.
No, I mean, he's 34. We've already signed one 34-year-old this window. So technically, I'd like to get away with not signing another one. But having that experience in the squad with young players around is a good thing to have. So yeah, it just depends on how much he wants, and if he's fine not taking that much money, then I don't see a major problem with it.
Yeah, like I said, it's a lot of it comes down to, like I said, his the kind of passion he has for the game,
Mm-hmm.
and also he's a really quiet guy. He's very quiet. He's the kind of guy that lets his football do the talking. And I mean, he was great. But if you look at his statistics, especially the latter half of last season, he just went cold, man. It, I mean, a Carlos Vela that was in top form would definitely have helped LAFC go farther.
Mm-hmm.
But he, it just wasn't there. I mean, they lost those three finals. That's rough. But they're very happy for us in Galaxy
Yeah.
Land. Um, so is there anything else, guys? Because I gotta wrap it up soon. I gotta go walk my dog in the dark right now.
Hey, you go take care of your dog. I don't have anything else as of right now. Kind of came in unprepared today, unless Dave's got something for you.
No,
Nah, that's always cool, man. Because you get to just freestyle, and have fun.
Yeah, we
But once again, before I leave, thank you guys so much. I keep telling people about this this thing you guys have started. It's beautiful, and keep it going, and it's gonna keep growing. And y'all doing the Lord's work, man. So more power to you.
We appreciate you, Edgar.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Matt. Have a good night, y'all.
See ya.
You too.
All right. Always good talking to people from across the West Coast because apparently you don't know anything. What'd you say? Never west of Tallahassee?
Tighten this thing. It's just not fucking happening. Anything west of Tallahassee except maybe something in Derby, Kansas. That's about it.
You want a pro tip about that thing? That right there? Your
What?
problem? Use counterweight.
Huh?
So I'll let you know after.
Heard Wall say I can't, like,
You're
it's in a
fine.
bad spot.
You'll figure it out. Oh, look who's back in here. Do you know who this is? Take
I'm
take one guess.
Shaw.
Take one guess.
Oh,
This lad.
well.
We appreciate him being in here. We'll let him in, but I'm no longer allowing this.
Yo.
I have my finger on the mute button just in case you say something.
No, I'm not going to talk about the Premier League this time. Although you can just read my name
Oof.
That's fun.
and get the point.
The
This is
people,
true.
the people
But,
can't see it, so it's fun. What's up?
I feel like there's something that's being like ignored is the fact that three of our starters, Duncan Maguire, Cesar Araujo, and Daggerdan Thorlaxon, they're 23, 22, and 22. And Daggerdan and Duncan Maguire didn't even play like the full season. Like the start of the season last year, we were starting Farah. And they played a season and got their experience, and I feel like we're gonna be like 10 times better now that they have experience. And we don't have Sleepy Mo as our captain anymore. And I just feel like I don't know. I feel positive. I think this is gonna be a very big increase. I feel like we're underestimating how good they're gonna be from the offseason. I don't want to jinx anything, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't think we're underestimating them, but at a certain point, you have to kind of look at who else do we have there, right? Because there's going to come a point in time where Caesar may get suspended for a game. Wilder, same thing. Some might be out for international break. Who do we have? Who's the next guy to step up? And who do we have after that that'll take their place?
That is true because our midfielders right now are Araujo, Cartagena, and Felipe.
Felipe.
Yes.
Added onto the Bryce count.
Yeah. Shout out to Bryce, Rafael Santis or whatever.
Rafael Santos, classic.
And yeah, we have no midfielders, and then Laloya or whatever his name is.
Fabian Loyola.
And yeah, those are our only midfielders, and then our striker is Duncan and Enrique.
Yep.
I mean, Enrique is pretty young too. He could
Mm-hmm.
surprise us.
No, I think we got a decent squad for the upcoming season. They got their experience last year, and hopefully they can carry that into this coming season, and I guess use the experience to their benefit.
100%. But also,
Yeah, but I feel like the big thing we need to get is we can't rely on Schlegel as our starting CB.
Correct.
We need to get a CB. I
wholeheartedly.
mean, I love Schlegel, but like,
No, apparently we got more transfers in the works than would meet the eye to the public. So I would hope something is coming soon because we're already January 18th, I think it is.
Yep.
So we're halfway through the window. We're going to have to end up getting something done, or it's going to be a deadline day transfer that wasn't our first priority signing, and it's just someone that we'll have to work out in the end.
But yeah, the one thing that I'm happy about is that we're not going to be relying on youngsters anymore. One of the things that Taylor Trollman said is that Orlando City's relying on young Duncan Maguire going into the playoffs and young Cesar Araujo going into the playoffs. And I think as experience now, I think we could win. Multiple trophies, another Open Cup. Oh, are we in the Open Cup or is that MLS Next Teams?
I'm pretty sure the last thing I heard from it. So the whole saga was, it was MLS teams and they wanted to do MLS Next. Then after all the backlash of that, they decided to stick with the MLS teams.
There was I thought U.S. Soccer came out and said something like legally you have to have your first team out on the pitch.
I have no idea about U.S. Soccer, but I know that it will be from my knowledge, the MLS teams going out there.
Because U.S. Soccer made a statement that they didn't agree with what Garber said or whatever, and that the teams were.
Yeah, of course, because Dom Garber's a fucking piece of shit.
Facts.
I don't understand how he's still the CEO.
He's just. Not the CEO.
That's all I had.
He's a senior partner.
I hope a week from now when we come back to this, we can talk about our new CB signing.
Hopefully, yeah.
Our new youngster. But yeah, thanks for doing these. I completely forgot about this, and I saw the notification pop up on my phone. Yes.
Fantastic. Way to go. Everybody should follow. Everybody that's in here still, the 1.5 of you that are in here, should follow Owen's. Wait, I just doxed you. Do what he did.
I mean, my
Hit
name
the
on
bell.
YouTube is literally OND. So.
Yeah, but no one knows this is you talking.
Oh.
Dumbass.
Yeah, no, it's actually David, guys.
What?
You could have chose Kanata or Bryce, but you chose the guy that's sitting on screen not speaking.
No, never mind.
I just gotta move my mouth, make it sound like
Join
it's
the
actually
Discord
me.
server to see Bryce's feet, guys.
Okay, buddy. All right, it was fantastic talking to you. We'll hopefully be back next week and speak to you again.
For sure. Peace.
See ya.
See you.
I don't even know what to say.
What the hell was that
I
at the end?
Don't know. But yeah, you can join our Discord server. It is free, and yeah, you just get to be in there, I guess. It's the best way to plug it.
Get to be in there, get to have some conversations with us, with Owen, with
Look
Riley.
out for Owen.
Man, that man he is active on the Discord.
Needs to get a life for sure. All right. I think we are getting pretty close to the end of the stream here. Don't have many people in here anymore. Unless there's something that you guys want to talk about to end it off. We can talk about that for a minute. If not, then I think we're going to head out.
You're welcome, Owen.
I will give it a nice 30-second buffer just in case the delay is there.
Fair. What were we talking about for 30 seconds?
Most underrated item at Chipotle.
Most underrated item I would have to say would be the cheese.
Do you think that's underrated? I feel like everyone gets it, though, and kind of rates it.
Everyone gets it, but no one realizes how vital it is to the bowl. They just kind of let me get some cheese on there, but they don't realize that
It makes it.
the cheese is kind of, it's not the backbone. The rice is definitely the backbone, but the cheese is up there.
Then what is the most overrated? And you can't say guac, because I feel like that's kind of...
I mean, fuck, the guac that we saw yesterday, that shit was overrated. Lettuce. I mean,
Really?
Well,
It gives it kind of like a crunch. And if you want it to semi-feel healthy, it can semi-feel healthy with
fuck
with
that. It is healthy. It's got
It's-
cilantro in it. It's green.
What I
Grass-fed beef.
I can say confidently...
It's a salad.
Say it with my chest confidently. The beans are overrated.
No. I don't think I think they're perfectly rated.
No, but you don't need beans. Because every single order I get, no beans, and it is well, no, it's not perfect, but it is perfectly fine for my order, and we're chilling. You don't need the beans. Like you said, you need the cheese, but you're fine without the beans.
You see, I can't say that the same. For me, if I get it without beans, it's not gonna taste it. It's
What
not
is
gonna
it?
be the
What does
same.
it add? What do they add?
What's it called? Fiber, protein.
Taste. What taste do they add?
Sometimes when they make them right, they taste a little limey. They add something. They soak into the rice.
Yeah, but you don't. You should. If the rice is so perfect, you shouldn't need to add anything to it, and you don't want to.
But the thing is,
rice.
the rice isn't always perfect, which is what I just said earlier while you're fixing the soundboard. The past couple times, aside from yesterday when I got it, the past couple times it has not had any lime flavor. It's been very bay leafy. Can't even taste the cilantro.
Bay leafy. Fantastic. Yeah. As Owen said, this has been way more than 30 seconds. I appreciate you guys listening to us rant about Chipotle for a minute. We are going to end the stream. We will be back next week with another MLS safe space. Hopefully, we continue to grow, and you guys continue to come in here and join us on these, what seems like Thursday nights for right now. You got anything to say?
No, if you have an idea of another food rant that I could go on, just drop a comment and let me know on the what's it called? On the next podcast that we have coming out shortly.
At some point, yep.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining in, and we are going to end you off with. I don't know if it's there anymore. No, I don't think it is.
No, because you switched.
Yeah,
the input.
never mind. We are going to just turn the music up a little bit, and we will talk to you guys later.